Okay, so let's start. Thank you very much for joining. Welcome to the first information webinar for people interested in the participation in the EIT Health from Scientists to Innovators for Industry 2023 program. We are planning to have two information webinars. First of them is today, and the second will be held on 12th of May. Let me start with the short agenda. I'm now already started a short introduction to EIT Health and our consortium. Later, Victoria Goldberg from Friedrich Alexander University from Germany will give you the outline of SCI project. Then we are going to have a short speeches from the alumni from our last year 2022 edition. Then the probably most important part, our question and answer sessions. So you will have opportunity to ask for everything you would like to know about the program, and later the short wrap up made by me. Okay, some housekeeping rules for our webinar. You have already heard that from Zoom that the meeting is recorded. The recording will be uploaded to EIT Health website, so that all people who are interested in participation and are not able to join one or first or second webinar will be able to see the recording. Please turn off your microphone when not talking, of course, because we have a quite large group of participants. And during the question and answer session, you can ask the questions as you like. So you can write question on chat, raise hand, and unmute. So we'll see. We'll go to that point later. Let me introduce myself. My name is Marcin Ciszewski. I represent the Medical University of Łódź, the Center for Innovation and Technology Transfer. I'm the activity leader of the SCI project. With me also is Mateusz Dworek, also a person from our team who will take part in the question and answer session today. Let's start with a small introduction about EIT Health, because our project is financed and organized in cooperation with EIT Health. So one of the agendas of European Institute of Innovation and Technology, financed by the European Commission. EIT Health is now the network, the community of over 160 partner organizations, including academia, research, education institutions, but also company, industries, but also, let's say, NGOs, cities in Europe, for example. So it's mainly it's the network of very large group of organizations in Europe, and also our project is co-financed by this EIT Health agenda. This year edition is the first edition of the SCI project. We started in 2021, then 2022, and now we are starting the enrollment to enrolling participants to the third edition. Why? Okay, let's start with our consortium, because our consortium is quite big. It is really pan-European consortium which creates this project. The first group are the academic partners, the Medical University of Łódź, which is the project leader, but also Friedrich Alexander University from Germany, Maastricht University, University of Galway in Ireland, Medical University of Gdańsk, Karolinska Institute, In Sweden, 3 institutes from Barcelona, also Institute Mainz Telecom from France. However, in this project, a very important role is devoted to non-academic partners, because our project is mainly concentrated on transition from academia to industry. So our non-academic partners are, first of all, Boehringer Ingelheim Research Center Vienna from Austria, Philips, as well as, let's say, innovation hubs like Medicine, Paris region, Madopa, Dex Innovation Center from Czech Republic, and Fresh Blood from Romania. Why the SCI project was created? We created the SCI project after the quite comprehensive study in 2020 and 2021 concerning the what is the gap between the academic world and industry world. So what are the skills that are needed by the industry organizations, and what are differences from academic world, and how the industry world works in practice. We heard different responses concerning that. That, for example, PhD holders who got degree in the academia, so at the universities, are not really prepared for taking a job in the industrial environment. So let's say that PhDs have no idea how the real work ticks, how do not have interpersonal skills, don't have presentation skills, and so on and so on. Of course, that's the list of myths, because this is taken from LinkedIn. How the industrial world looks at academics, and what are the gap between academic world and industrial world. That's why we created SCI, to fill this gap, to give you all, first of all, skills and knowledge concerning the everything which is needed by industrial organizations, but also to give you networking connections with industry and the whole EIT Health network. Before we go to the details of SCI, let's get to know something about you. So on the screen, you can see in the picture, you can see the Menti code. You can scan the QR code, or use the Menti code, which is on the screen. Let's wait a couple of seconds, and I will change the window. Okay, give me a second. You will see this code in a second from the Mentimeter screen. So let me share the screen again. Okay, so we are now in the Mentimeter. You can see the code on the top of the screen again. Okay, so let's start with the first question. Let us know, where are you from? Let's connect to Menti and answer the first question. Okay. So Germany is winning at this moment. So we have 9 responses. mainly 6 countries represented, with the majority from Germany and Poland. I will check. We have we have 25 participants of the webinar, so let's wait a second to get more answers. Okay, any other answers to submit? Let's wait 30 seconds and we'll go to the next question. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Please tell us, what is your professional background? Okay, we have 10 answers. Okay, so now we know that France, it's probably the answer for the previous question. Okay, so thank you very much for your answers. Of course, Menti is still active, so you can answer the questions also in the next few minutes, so that we will get to know you better. But let me stop sharing the screen and I will get back to our presentation and to the next step. Okay. And I will share this presentation again. Okay, so the next part of our webinar is the details about SciFi 2023, what to expect from the program and how to apply. I would like to introduce Victoria Goldberg from Friedrich Alexander University at Erlangen-Nuremberg. I will now give Victoria privileges to change the slides. Hopefully that works. Okay,
it works.
And Victoria, okay, so Victoria, the floor is yours.
Great, thank you very much. A warm welcome to everyone. My name is Victoria Goldberg. I work at the Friedrich Alexander University Erlangen-Nuremberg, which is in Bavaria in Germany. And I work in the profile area, medical engineering, coordinating SciFi, but also organizing medical device regulation seminars and also medtech boot camps. So I'm just going to go and tell you a bit more about the course. If I can get it to change. Okay, that's a bit slow. So what is SciFi? So SciFi is a 3-month blended learning program, and it always runs from September to December. So every year it's always September to December, and it's trying to ease that transition phase from academia over to industry. And we have set up several core modules and also bonus modules to give you upskill you a bit in terms of soft skills, creative skills, business skills, but also industry specific skills. So the target group that we're looking for, so early career researchers, or generally any researchers who are at the university or in the academic field and who want to transition over to industry. So we have mainly PhD candidates, postdocs. We've also got clinicians. I saw that there was also a doctor listening as well. So we also have clinicians as well who join us. We also have some students who are who have got a master's degree as well, but who've also done some research and said, yeah, we want to join as well. And from the background, we're very diverse, basically everything that has to do with healthcare, so medtech, pharma, and healthcare, everything, and that's life science area. So we have structured the program in two ways. So the light program and the full program, and this really depends on how much time you have got on your hands. You know, we know you're researchers, we know you've got a lot to do. And I think that will be the main choosing criteria of these two programs. So the light program is like a massive online course. It's 12 weeks of online learning. You have the 7 core modules and the 5 bonus modules. You can also participate in the midterm event, and you can also, we organize together with EIT Health Academy. They organize like a recruitment event. You can also take part there. Your time commitment will be approximately 1.5 hours per week. The full program is a lot more time intensive. So we're looking at 5 hours per week. And I'm saying 5 hours, we start at 5 hours per week. It's exactly the same course. So you do the same core modules, you do the 5 bonus modules as well, but you also have webinars where you speak to the specialists who've created the modules, and you also have mentors, and you also have in-person events. So we have 2 in-person events this year, one in Barcelona and one in Erlangen, which will be hosted by my university. And I'm very excited to see all the people in Erlangen. And you'll be working in teams on a case study, and you'll be also working on module assignments. So for each module, and you'll also have pitch training as well. So it's a lot more, and that's why you have a time commitment of 5 hours minimum per week. Then just as an overview from which are the core modules. So the 7 core modules are communication and collaboration, then understanding your customer and design thinking, strategic management, project management, operational management, then intellectual property rights, and then market access and pricing. So those, they open up in a weekly or bi-weekly basis, and then you go and do those. And you also have quizzes as well, but like really short quizzes just to refresh your mind, is like, did I actually understand what was being discussed? And then we also have bonus modules. They're like more the very industry specific modules, for instance, medical device regulation, digital transformation, GDPR and patient data, clinical process, and how to engage. It's like all about patient engagement. And then if you compare it with the full program, so we've done a bit of a small change with the full program. This year we start with the first online kickoff, because we want you, due to timing reasons, we want you to do the first module before we actually physically meet in person in Barcelona. So we do then the kickoff event in Barcelona. Where you also get to hear the case studies, and you do mentoring, and then you do basically the same structure as the light program as well, only that you have the various different events and the mentoring as well, and the webinars. Then this looks a bit crazy if you look at it, but what we wanted to communicate is that the modules open always on a Friday. So you always have the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday to look at the modules, to go through the videos. They're always like in short chunks. So it's like a 10-minute video or a 5-minute video. So it's not like, oh my God, I've got to sit down and I've got this whole 1 hour block. No, we've really put it into nice, small little chunk size or bite size chunks, so that's really nice to digest. And then you watch those, and then you work on your assignments with the team. And then depending on the modules, sometimes they're open for 2 weeks, sometimes they're open only for 1 week. And then you have the webinar and have a deadline where you hand in the assignment. And the light program is very much structured the same, only that you don't have assignments. You just have the quizzes, so you don't have to hand in assignments. So that's why also the timing is a lot less than the full program. And what we introduced last year is that we have an industry-specific cases. So for the full program, you'll be working in teams on case studies that you can go and choose as a team. So you sit down with your team, you choose the case that you think, okay, this is what I really want to go and do. And you basically work through the models based on the case that you're doing. And you do a first presentation at the kickoff, say, okay, this is what we're choosing, this is what our rough ideas are. Then you refine it even more, present that at the midterm presentation, and then do a big final presentation at the final event. And our cases, so last year we had Roche, ensuring better outcomes and prevention for lung cancer. We had a hospital, Kien Liberec, improving the life of paraplegic patients after spinal surgery in home care settings. And then we also had heart failure and patient centricity. That was from Boehringer Ingelheim. And so the case providers, not only do they explain their case, but they also provide the mentors to speak to you and to guide you through the process and say, okay, and helping you along the way and say, look, is this feasible? Would that happen in your company or not? So it's really, it's applying the knowledge really to a real life case, which makes it great and also fun to do. And you're doing something with an outcome at the end. Having said that, we even had teams last year who were so amazed at the outcome, and the case study provider was also so amazed that they said, please go and develop further. So I think that's, that just goes to show the quality of work that came out. So this is just, again, an overview, what you have for the full program, what for the light program, so that you have the events, you have webinars, assignments, and this is also, we've also got the participation fee. So the full program is 500 euros and the light program is 150 euros. For the 150, you also naturally get a certificate. We've also got an early bird discount, but it's only for the full program. And we will actually also pay your accommodation in Barcelona and also in Erlangen. So the only thing that you would have to pay and organize for yourself is how to go and get to the respective venues, so to Barcelona or in Erlangen. We've also have some sponsored spots. We've got 5 sponsored spots for risk countries. I've included here at the bottom, so Bulgaria, Croatia, Czechia, Estonia, etc. That's also on the website as well, the link, if you don't know what a risk country is. And we also have 5 sponsored spots for Ukrainian researchers. And for the light program, it's basically free for any Ukrainian researcher. All they would have to do was upload a proof of identity or a passport. So that's what we can do for the sponsored spots. This course is super cheap, but it's because we are funded by EIT Health. Otherwise, we couldn't be asking prices like that. Then just to give you a feeling of the cohort last year. So last year we had 91 researchers from 31 countries. So not only is our partners pan-European, but our participants were also pan-European. We've got a fantastic female-male ratio. So more than half were actually female, which I think is super, especially in this field. if one looks at the evaluations, 92% they gained valuable skills needed for the industry. 68% said they would definitely recommend this to friends and peers, and 32% said perhaps. So we had no person said, no, I will not recommend this course, which is really nice to know. And we had 40% who said program is excellent and 50% is good. And to get a feeling how many people want to transition, 63% actually do want to transition within a year of the course. And we keep on getting feedback, and this number definitely has to be updated, because this was from the alumni 2021 researchers transitioned from our knowledge to industry, but 10 also changed positions within academia. And I got a really nice email from Carmen Schweiker a couple of days ago, and says, yeah, I'm actually starting in Roche on the 1st of April. So it's really nice, to get feedbacks from our former participants and keep in touch. And it's a great network. So what do you get? So you get a hands-on online blended learning course. You have super experts from industry and academia. You have a case study that you are working on that is a hands-on case study. You'll be working in multidisciplinary teams. Not only multidisciplinary, but we also see that they're from a different national or country background. So that makes it always a very interesting spin, because each country does something in a specific way, and other countries do something completely differently. So that's really nice. Our industry partners have access to you, and you will have access and can speak to our industry partners. You also have the great EIT Health Network, what Martin was saying, with 160 plus institute and organizations and companies. And EIT Health also organizes recruitment events. And actually, at the final event, we also want to see that the companies who are there and are providing case studies also have human resources there as well. So just some, I think the feedback that we got, and as you saw beforehand, was really positive. Okay, I can copy anything inside here probably, but we've got alumni speakers as well, and I think they should just go and tell you what they thought about it and what they got out of it. Generally, they said great. It was enjoyable. It was hard work. Yeah, that's a lot of people said it's hard work, but it's so enjoyable. So that a good take-home message. You can see, this is just an excerpt from, we got a lot of social media, a lot of people of the participants saying, excellent, super, really enjoyed it. And yeah, it's fun as well. It's hard work, but it's fun as well. And we all enjoy it. So the participants enjoy it, and also the partners enjoy it as well. So that's really the nice thing. Then in terms of applications, so yeah, the applications are open now. So that you got an understanding, the application is really, really easy. For the light program, you just fill in an application form and hit submit button. If you want a sponsored spot, yeah, then you have to upload proof of ID for the risk countries or the Ukrainian. For the full program, the only thing that you would have to do on top of that is a small video, a 1-minute video, is just showing your motivation, why you want to join this program. So really, it's super simple. You don't have to write a lot. It doesn't take long, so it's easy to do. The deadline is on the 31st of May. On the 30th of June, we will announce the final list and then get everything organized with contracts and fee paid and everything. And then I'm going to pass you on, because I think Francesco and Jaime have got a lot more to say and can just give you their personal opinion. Jaime, I can see you. I don't know who wants to go first, but Jaime, I think you'll go first. Oh.
Yeah, definitely, I can go first. So firstly, I wanted to share why I decided to join the sci-fi program.
Quickly, I think Martin is just trying to connect to the presentation because we've also got a photo of you.
Okay.
And from your institute as well.
Okay, that's nice.
There you go.
Cool.
So a warm welcome to Jaime Samaro. He's a PhD researcher at Icometrics, and he's also a Marie Curie Fellow at the University or KU Leuven. It is the University of Leuven, huh?
Indeed. Here in Bali.
The floor is yours, Jaime.
Thank you. So yeah, as I say, mainly I wanted to share why I joined sci-fi, and it's because I had the feeling and the impression that during all our development, and not only in the bachelor, but also in the master and in the PhD, we had kind of a vertical way of learning. So we really get specialized in a topic. And I feel that this was not really what the industry was desired. Actually, as is written there, I'm working in a company while doing the PhD. So by knowing and by connecting with my colleagues, I understood that it's really needed to have like a more horizontal way of skills, because actually soft skills are really important, and therefore that's mostly why I decided to join sci-fi. And there, I also thought that it could be very important to understand and improve better my knowledge in the healthcare environment ecosystem. I think that this is very important for all of us who are working on the field. And I also appreciate a lot the networking that sci-fi was offering me. Then I wanted to highlight the skills that we learned, because they are not only soft skills, but also hard skills. And in soft skills, I think that is really important, and more for our audience, like even me, that we are like really specialized in a topic, but I think that we need to know how to work with different stakeholders, with different colleagues from different backgrounds, with different cultures. So this is something that we did in my program, and it was very interesting. How, like, for example, in my team, it was a medical doctor, a molecular, I don't remember how exactly the name, but it was a girl doing the PhD in biomolecular medicine, me who I'm working more in AI part. So from different backgrounds, different perspectives, working in the same program, and in the same topic, how to solve a program. I think that this is very important to have this skill. And yeah, indeed, I wanted to somehow also give my perspective in the pros and cons of, because at the end it's very important to make a decision based on that. And I will highlight that in the full program, the networking is really something that you will have the opportunity to do, specifically in the in-house events, in-person events. This is something that I highly recommend it, because you will know a lot of researchers who are curious, who has great ideas, but also very important stakeholders as pharma and universities as well. Then I also think that it was a very nice idea that the lecture were online and you can just look at it whenever you have time. And I also think that the organization of the team of the modules are very nice, and it's really some topics that are key in the industry, like medical device regulation. There are just a few people who are aware of it, while it's a really important thing in the industry that from my perspective is important to take in account. Not only if you want to work in the industry, but also if you want to innovate by yourself. But of course, there are also some cons, and specifically for the full-time program, I want to highlight that you need to be committed, because it's very time consuming. we all have busy schedules, so make sure that you will be able to find a time to work on it, because you will need to work on it. However, I guess that it's worth it, because at the end, at least from my perspective, I really learned a lot, and I accomplished all the aims that I did before aiming the program. So when Answer the Survey was one of the ones who say that I will recommend to my peers. And yeah, I don't know if you have any questions. We'll be happy to answer. Or maybe Francesco now want to share his experience.
Thank you very much, Jaime, and I'll pass you on to Francesco.
Hello.
Hello, Francesco. He's a fourth-year PhD student at the Institute of Physical Chemistry of the Polish Academy of Sciences. Francesco, thank you very much, and the floor is yours.
Thank you. So I had to connect with my phone because I was having some troubles with the internet, but I hope you can hear me well. Actually, I also was in a Marie Curie International Training Network. I didn't write it. I think it's cool that both of us were in the Marie Curie. So what can I say? As you already introduced me, so I am a PhD student in the fourth year, and actually I would say that it's maybe a good moment to start with the sci-fi. Like probably the end of your PhD is maybe the best moment to do it, because it can be very helpful for the transition to industry. I can say something about my project. We had the project from Boehringer Ingelheim. So our case was regarding some solutions to help patients with heart failure. And I really like this case because it's a very practical case and makes you think about a real problem that it's affecting millions of people in the world. And it's crazy how good the solutions can be. What I could see is that we started from having zero knowledge about this case, and it was a bit scary because each one of the people in my group had different background, but no one of us knew anything about the heart failure. So what we had to do was first try to dig a bit in the topic, and we actually had some interviews with some people that actually had heart failure, and this was super interesting. And then what I could see is that with some hard work, because we had to work, as it was already said, we managed to go from zero to a very, very cool project. At least in my opinion, it was very nice to see how quickly you can get from zero to a really nice plan. And I can say something about my team. It was actually a very different team, meaning that me and another student were two PhD students, plus there was a girl working in a startup, so it was very useful for our group. But also another girl that is already a postdoc, so it's a very, I would say, people from very different backgrounds, and I think this brought a lot of useful points of view in our group. What else? Maybe something about the case. I think that the fact that you can work on a real case can be very interesting, because when you're working in a PhD, or I mean in academia, sometimes you don't have really an understanding of what can be a real case in a company. So that's a great opportunity also to understand a bit more something about the company. So when you think about the transition, you're less scared, because you see that also in companies they are doing innovation, and they're doing research. That is very nice. And what was also very cool, I think, is that we were working with mentors. So we had two mentors from Boehringer, and they were great, super nice with us. And one of them even brought us to his office when we went to visit in Vienna. And they were super available to even tell us feedbacks about CVs, or discuss some, I don't know, job interview in case we want to transition into industry. What else? Let me think. I think it's also a great opportunity to approach a project that is completely out of your expertise, meaning that when you're doing your PhD, you're generally focused on one specific topic, and you think that that's all your expertise. But actually, when you have these kind of soft skills that you learn during the PhD, then it's very quick, the transition into a project that you don't really know much about. And so for this reason, it was really great to get this case study and say, okay, work with this, and you have to solve some problems. And to me, I really like to be challenged with this program, with this. Okay, maybe I can finish. I don't know. I've seen some drums.
I think it was Martin just saying fabulous.
Okay, yeah, I thought it was like time is over. I mean, like, okay, I don't know. Maybe you have questions. I think we both agree, both me and Jamie, that the program was great, and it's really a great opportunity to learn and to challenge yourself. And on the other hand, it's also a great opportunity to know that you achieved these things. So once you will go to, for example, a job interview, you already say you can already say, and for example, that time when I was in the SCI program, I had to tackle a completely new project that I never worked with, and in a very short time we managed to get very good outcome. Also working in team, yeah. So I think it's great overall.
Okay, thank you very much, Francesco. So I think at this moment we can go to the question and answer session. Okay, let me make some changes in Zoom spotlights. Okay. So the question and answer session will be facilitated by Adam Servenka from DEX Innovation Center from Czech Republic and Mateusz Dworak from Medical University of Łódź. I hope you will have some questions, but if not, we have some already prepared questions. So we'll see. Okay, Adam, Mateusz.
Yeah, so
the floor is yours.
Hi everyone, I hope you can hear me well. I strongly appreciate to show us your faces. It will be easier to talk with you, and hopefully we'll have some connections. I strongly advise you also to gather as many questions to us as you can, because like talking with each other can give us the opportunity to adjust the program and to make some changes, and maybe give you some feedback or give you any form of answers that you need. So does anyone have any questions right now?
I have a question. Is it possible to do all the assignments on the weekend, or is it dependent on the other teammates when everyone is available? Or how is this usually handled, like with lab work during the week?
Okay. So basically, we're very elastic. We want you to make as many assignments as you can. Preferably, you can do it on weekends, but we wish to make 70% of the assignments of the whole program. So I think you will manage and find time for this, and like you can do it on the weekends. And do you want like to paraphrase? Yeah, is it clear?
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Great. That's cool. Anyone else, maybe?
I have a question.
Okay.
What if someone already knows that they cannot participate in the last event in December?
Okay,
and what is the requirements for the participation throughout the whole program?
Yeah. So this is very, like, for us, it's very crucial to make participants in both events, because like we believe very strongly in networking between each other. But we also know that sometimes it's impossible to meet all the dates. So if there's is a high emergency, like something special is in that date, we could discuss it individually with the person that is applying for the course. But we strongly advise you to participate in the events. Yeah.
Victoria, would you like to add anything?
Yes, I'd love to add something. I saw that I was going to unmute myself. Just as a feedback. So we tried that last year as well. We had, I think, 2 or 3 people who could not join and joined in remotely. This was the kickoff. So we can't really offer a decent hybrid situation where we can, we've got the microphone and where you can hear everything. We will have naturally a Zoom link where you can take part, but the networking is so essential. And it's only those two dates in September and also in December. So I would highly recommend that you are there for those events. Okay, naturally, if it's a medical emergency or a death in the family, then of course we will try and accommodate so that we can support you as much as that we can. But if you know from the beginning onwards that you can't, difficult.
Yeah, I will be on the different continent in December, so I really cannot. That's why, and I already know it in advance before I found out about the course, so that's why I'm asking. I would really like to, but yeah, that's not a possibility anymore.
Well, if you will do the activities, maybe. Victoria, what do you think?
And also, is this course entitled to any ECTS points?
No, at this moment, no.
Okay.
And I think you also asked about the percentage of the modules or the assignments.
Yes, I did. What is the attendance percentage?
70% is the rate.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. So does anyone else want to ask about something?
Yeah, I have a question also. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
The light module, the light program includes this network with partners. The light program, the light version includes the network with the partners, with the industry companies, or this part is not included in the light program.
Okay, so I will add it at the last part of our webinar, but of course, both participating in the full or light program, you will become the EIT Health alumni, so you will get access to the whole EIT Health network. Maybe not, let's say, as interactive networking opportunities as in the full program during the events, but of course, formally to the EIT Health network, you will get access also in the after finishing the light program.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks for that. Anyone else, maybe? Something it's not clear yet? Okay, I think we...
If not, maybe let's go through our prepared already potential questions.
So the first question that we prepared for you is, should I apply for both programs in case I don't get into the full program? So basically, you don't have to. You just need to click that you want to apply for the light program if you will not be selected for the full program. Yeah. So like we said before, our application is very easy, and if you will have any problems, just do not hesitate to contact us. We will of course help you with that.
So it is enough to register for the full program in case of the situation that you are not qualified for the full program because of lack of spaces. We will offer you the light program, so you do not need to apply for both.
Okay, next question. Price is too expensive for me. Can I get a financial help? So as we say here at this webinar, there are ways of funding your participation in our program. You just have to also check the option in the application form and provide a letter of recommendation from your professors. And then some other motivation statement from your side in describing your individual position, and this is for different people, and of course, like we have some free spots from people from Ukraine for Ukraine researchers, and we will check it with the ID in the process of your registration.
And maybe also I would add, if you are planning to register, you should bear in mind that there is this 20% discount for the full program until the end of April. So if you are really planning to register, do it in time so you don't miss this 20% discount. It can be useful for you.
Yeah, thanks for that. That I think it's a really good bargain. Bear in mind that we also provide you with accommodation at two venues, so both in Barcelona and in Erlangen. Do I have to participate in all events, webinars, and complete our assignments? So we shortly covered that, but I will recall it. It is strongly advised to participate in both events because like it's really up in this program to network with each other and show your work to others and validate your solutions. And of course, like in case of assignments, we really want you to achieve at least 70% of our assignments that we have in our platform. On what basis will you be selected? So basically the process starts of listing all your motivation with the program, and will be also checking your experience, and of course this program is mainly for PhDs, but if you are like still a student and you can participate in this program, but you can show us that you have some experience in science and want to proceed with that. Maybe someone wants to say something more about selection process from our side, or
Victoria, maybe? You're the
Sorry,
specialist in
I'm happily answering questions in the chat already. Yeah, so you will, as I've already said, so the main criteria is really motivation, and that you can show that motivation in your video, and of course, you know, your background has to somehow fit. We've actually also had people where the background did not fit, but they said and were so motivated and said, okay, but I've done this and I've worked in some kind of patient engagement groups and I really want to do this, that we accept as well. So I think, you know, show that you're motivated, tell us a bit about your background, tell us about your research, and those are the main three criteria that you'll be selected on.
Thank you very much, Victoria. Okay, and I think this is the last question. I have a master's degree, but still I would like to take part in this. Is it possible? So I already answered that. Yes, it is possible. Of course, you have to show us the experience in science that you have. and willingness to work and motivation of you to work. Oh, another one. I don't have an electrification background in healthcare. Can I still apply? Yes, you can. We strongly believe that mixing different perspectives gives us the possibility to work on a more ambitious projects and create more value. So we strongly advise you to reconsider application. Although, with the cases from the providers will be within the healthcare sector, but I also believe that every one of us is like a patient and will benefit from it in the future if the projects, and I believe that the projects will be very interesting, will be proceeded and implemented later on. Yeah, Martin, do you want to add something?
No, maybe Adam, would you like to add?
Yes, sorry, Adam, I'm taking you on the floor, but
yes, let's give Adam an opportunity to say something.
But you actually made a pretty good summary of it, so I think you answered it all. So if there are any more questions, we are happy to still provide some answers and help you.
Okay, I will see now. We don't have any more questions, but I saw also that as Victoria said on chat, there were some questions. Mainly, like I think we cover all of them. And there was interesting questions how the work is done within the teams. So I saw this work here in Łódź because like we have last year the kickoff was here in Łódź. It was very nice. The people were great, and they were like at the first day they started their projects, and so on the events they're starting the projects, but they're working individually on online Zooms, on Gmail Zooms. We can advise you with that. So it is possible, and it's not very difficult, and it's very satisfying. So I strongly advise you to participate in this project, because not only you will learn a lot of knowledge and a lot of hard skills and soft skills that will be very beneficial for the industry, but also you will meet very interesting people with whom you may do a lot of nice projects in the future. So thank you for that. And if you have any more questions, now it's time for more. So is anyone here has a question? We're not biting, so and there is no stupid question, so go ahead.
Okay, if not, let me sum up. Thank you for participating in today's webinar. Of course, you can contact us directly by mail, me and Victoria, in case of any further questions. You know already where is the registration form on EIT Health website. The registration is open till the end of May. I just remind you about the early bird discount till the end of April. And as I mentioned, of course, by finishing each EIT Health activity, in this case, the SciFi project, you will become the alumni of EIT Health, and you get access to the whole EIT Health network, platforms, and so on. Looking at the chat, the presentation will be available. Yes, the recording will be put hopefully soon on the EIT Health website instead of the registration link you used to register for this webinar. Okay, so thank you very much. All.
Have a lovely afternoon, my alumni. Thank you very, very much for participating and sharing your insights and your ideas as well. So a big shout out to the two alumni.
Thank you very much, and hopefully we'll see each other in Barcelona in September. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye bye.